Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a Friday morning, at least it is here in New York City. Welcome aboard once again, and here we are for another edition of the Coffee Hour. Here we are, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Now, we're going to be with you for a whole full hour, as we are every Friday at this time. We come along and we have good conversation, a little coffee, donuts, or whatever you choose to have along with your meal. We got to have it right here with us, right here for the next full hour. We thank you so much for being along with us. And we've got a good show for you planned, and we're going to tell you all about it, okay? First of all, we want to congratulate all of you guys for staying with us all of these years. You guys who are been around for all of these years with us, we thank you so much. But we want to also salute our friends who may be possibly new and maybe here for the very first time. So we want to salute them too. And of course, get to know them as they get to know us. And we're going to get acquainted with them right now. And we're going to start by telling you that every week at this time, you look at your clock, because you may be in a different time zone. We're on the Eastern time zone. So it's after 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock here. And it may be another time in your area. But look at the clock, because that's what time we come on in your area each week, called the Coffee Hour. And we come along, as I said, with conversation. And we want you part of the show too. And this is how we do it. We want you to get involved, because you could talk to us live as we talk to you. And you do that by using your keyboard on your computer or your cell phone or even your tablet. Any other device that you use that has a computer screen or maybe even a keyboard. Just flex your fingers right there, get them all limber up and type in whatever you want to say. We'll be able to see you right there on the big screen. We will acknowledge you. Even if it's just so much just to say hi. If that's all you want to say, that's hi. But we hope that you join us in conversation as well. And you could talk to us and develop your own conversation. If there's something that you want to talk about in particular, or there's something on your mind, feel free. We're open. It's an open forum, and that's what it's all about. Free exchange of ideas of opinions. That's what we have right here. So everybody who's been here for the very first time, you're just as welcome, and you're just as important as people who've been with us a long time. Let me tell you something else, that we broadcast on 3 different platforms, okay? We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're on Instagram as well. We're all here live, as you already know. And if you're watching us on Facebook, we want to get a chance to tell you that you can tag all of your friends, and how many other friends you have. You may have a bunch of them. You can't tag them all. Tag some and come back each week, and each week tag a few more new ones and bring them all in, because the more the merrier. If they like what they see, if they like what they hear, possibly they'll be back again and again, just like you. So do that right now. Tag them all, and because they'll see your tag, they'll know it's from you, and all they have to do is click onto it, and it brings them directly to us right here. So you don't have to do anything special. Just tag them, and the rest is on them. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, I always encourage all of you to go onto my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Now, we want you to subscribe to it because it helps us out a lot. It gives us a chance to know who's out there, who's behind us, and that's good news for us. Also, it'll give you an opportunity to know that whenever we come on the air live and you forget about the show and you happen to be online, instant message will come up letting you know that something has materialized on our YouTube channel, and all you have to do is just click onto that, and it brings you right to the YouTube channel, because a lot of people may forget about the show. Next week you're here, but next week you may forget about what time it comes on. But if you happen to be online, if you subscribe to us, you'll get an instant notification, and that will let you know that we're on the air. And sometimes you get that instant notification when we so much as post a video of some sort. Okay, so that keeps you informed, and of course that makes you a full-fledged member anyway. All right, so we want you to do that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. For the rest of you who are watching, we are watching us on Instagram. You don't have to do anything special. Just keep your friends and your relatives informed of what's happening here with us. And another way you can do that is by cutting and pasting the link that we have there, our personal link. You see it right there. Cut and paste it, and then send it to your friends. Just as simple as that. And they'll see that, and it's just like tagging them. And they'll click onto that link. It'll bring them right here to us. And of course, as I said, the more, the merrier. So we thank you so much for being along with us. We got a great show planned out for today. In conjunction with interacting with you, we have our regular routine that we do each Friday as well. For instance, a few minutes from now, not too far from now, Brian Camp is going to be along with us. Brian Camp is our sports guy, and part of his show on this show is called Sports Update. He will be bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. You'll get a chance to see him live. And of course, you'll get a chance to talk to him. If you have any kind of questions that's related to sports, you don't know about it, ask him and he'll deliver. If he doesn't have the answer at that particular time, he will certainly get the answer for you. Just as simple as that. But he's the man to go to when you want to know about sports. And we've got a lot of sports coming up. So that's all coming up later on in the program. We look forward to seeing him. And those of you who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube, you'll get a chance to see him live right there on camera. Okay. But for the rest of you guys who are watching us on Instagram, that's not the case. You could hear him, though. You'll be able to hear him as if he was talking on the telephone. And still, nothing changes there. You could still communicate with him, even though you don't see him. And if you have questions, he's monitoring Facebook, I know, maybe YouTube, I don't know. I monitor all of it. So whatever he doesn't see, I will direct the questions to him and he will answer the questions. So all of that, everybody gets a fair shake in that department. Everybody gets a part of the action to get involved. Now, a lot of you may be at work right now, okay? And so being at work at this particular time, maybe you are on your coffee break. And if you are, we suggest that you take your coffee break at your desk where your computer is as you watch the show and have your coffee at the same time. And when the coffee break is over, with that 15 to 20 minutes that you get, whatever that they allow you to get, you'll still be at your desk and you can go back to work and still watch the show and work at the same time. That's something, like I like to say, that's multitasking. And I know that you're good at it. You know, you've been in that job for a while, so you know how to work things. Okay, so we've got that coming up, all right? And later on in the program too, before the show is over, I have for you those picks of the week. Now, each week, I go to Turner Classic Movies and I look at the amount of movies they have for the weekend. I set it up, I pick them out, my picks of the week, and then I convey them to you because maybe part of the weekend you want to take time and catch up on some movies you haven't seen in a long time. So I just want to add put my 2 cents in, add the movies that I picked out for you this weekend, and maybe you can watch those as well. I'll tell you more about that later as it comes along. Remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any social media outlet or broadcast facility. So with that being said, let's do what we always do. Let's raise our cups, because what would the Coffee Hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. I hits the spot. Nothing like that first jolt of the day. I'll have a little more a little later. But just because we call it the coffee hour does not necessarily mean you have to drink coffee. Maybe you're not a coffee drinker. Maybe you just like tea, which some people say is more refined, you know, and you like your tea, your plain tea, or your black tea, your green tea, ginger tea. What's the other one that a lot of people like? Caramel? No, well, they have different flavors, orange tea, and all kinds of things. All right. So whatever it is. And then maybe you have a couple of donuts, bagels, or something else. You bring them all in and we'll have a good time with that. So there, ladies and gentlemen, we're so glad to have you aboard with us. And here we are at a brand new month. And we're at the 3rd day of May. They say April showers bring May flowers, so we'll see how that goes, because I know here in New York where we are, we've had a lot of showers, you know, not lately though, not lately, but we've had some, so we're going to see how it brings. But if you look out all around. You see all things are starting to grow, the trees are budding, and you see, especially around the areas where they have a lot of cherry blossoms, the trees that carry the cherry blossoms, they're all blooming out there. And if you're living in New York, you go to Central Park, it's beautiful. You see all of that variety of shrubbery blossoming, nature's God's gift to us. And so that's all coming up. And the summertime will be here before you know it. We're already in spring mode. You already know that. And as we get into the summer, we'll do the summer activities. People will be barbecuing, and we've got holidays coming up. So we look forward to a lot of things that's coming up. And of course, if you're living in New York, I mean, you have all of these places that you can go. You have Coney Island, you have all of the beaches, and a lot of things. And I'm pretty sure wherever you are, you have the same. So we look forward to all of these things coming up. And so stay with us. We've got, and in the meantime, I just want to say hello to all of you people who have popped in, all of you people on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much for being along with us. We've got a ride ahead of us. So let's keep it going. And in the month of May, we are celebrating a few things too, as well. And one of the things that we're celebrating all month long, we've got the Jewish American Heritage Month. So we got that going for us. So all of my friends in the Jewish communities all around, and you don't necessarily have to live where I live. You're celebrating it all around. We're all around the world, even though we're coming from New York where we originate, but we're all around the world. And as long as you in an area where there's great Wi-Fi and a great hotspot, you can catch us. We're global. So we celebrate that all around the world. Jewish American Heritage Month. That's all month long. We'll be telling you more about that too. And if you have any events that's going on, or you want to talk about history, and since we're on the subject of Jewish American History Month or Heritage Month, we'd like to tell you that if you live in the Washington, D.C. area, you're visiting there anytime soon, this is a good time to go visit the museum, the Jewish Museum, and learn all about those things that are happening out in Washington, D.C. Also, we're celebrating Asian Pacific American Heritage Month as well. There's another opportunity for all of us to celebrate. We'll be celebrating a lot of things, so that's what we're celebrating too. So all of my friends who are Asian, wherever you are, and you're watching us right now, we want to salute you. We want to celebrate all of us together, celebrate each other's holidays, right? And so we celebrate that all month long. And again, I say to you as well, if you have any special celebrations or events that are coming along, convey them to us. This way we can pass it along. And it happens to be in your area, and people that are in your area that may not know about it, we pass it along. And if you want to talk about a little history of Asian Americans, we can do that, just as the same thing with the Jewish Americans. We love to learn. We learn from each other. And so that's what we do. So we're celebrating that as well. Now, the other thing we're celebrating all this month as well is National Military Appreciation Month. And we emphasize appreciation because all of our brothers and sisters, men and women of the military are all around, and they're doing their duty. They're working their way and trying to keep America strong and free. And that's what it's all about. And we must say that we should appreciate them. Not just this particular month, even though we set aside a month for it, but it should be all the time, all the time. Anytime you see a serviceman or woman in uniform, and even if you know they are military people out of uniform, but you know that, give them a salute and let them know that you really appreciate what they're doing. And they put their lives on the line for us, and they put their whole bodies out there for us to be free. And so I really appreciate the military people. So we salute you with the right hand, some with the left hand, and some with both hands. We salute you, and we really appreciate you. Got a lot of things going too. You know what else it is too? Here's something, if you care about it, We're celebrating, and you can't make this stuff up. This is National Chocolate Custard Day. National Chocolate Custard Day. All right. Why not celebrate? Do you care to indulge in that? All right, well, I will. I will. I will. How do you like that? National, take a little bite of this stuff. Mm. Oh, that's good. That's delicious. We eat. Care to indulge? I wish I could share this with you. It's pretty nice. Mm. Oh, one more bite because I'm getting this stuff could be addictive. Mm, that's good. I'll have some more later. I'll put that aside. Have some more later. That's delicious. What's the difference between pudding and custard? You know, they say, yeah, custard is the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. It's not made the same way. Pudding is a blend of with starch, all right, which I think you may know that. You're smart enough to know that. It's starch. Custard is with the egg, the pure egg, all right? Now, you're going to ask which one is more healthier. I can't say that. Starch, we already know. You don't want to eat a lot of starch. And eggs, if they use a whole egg, of course, the yolk and everything goes into it. Now, the yolk contains cholesterol, unless, of course, you're going to make your custard with egg white and not the yolk. You know, then I guess you could say it's a little more healthier. But that's the difference between the custard and the pudding. Again, the pudding with the starch and the custard with the egg. That's good to know, right? So next time you go to a cocktail hour, you have something to talk about in that department. So that's what we have. Let me try. Oh, that's delicious. I want to try some of that again. Oh, mm. National Chocolate Custard Day. Have yours. Don't forget before the end of the day, have yours. But you don't necessarily have to have it just for this day. You can have it anytime you want. But there you go. Also, National Montana Day. All of my friends who live in Montana, all of you guys out there, we're celebrating with you. It's National Montana Day. Yes, it is. And of course, people may be celebrating today. You may be out there, you know, raising the flag. Montana, raising the Montana flag, and everybody's celebrating. So that's what we've got today. So we got so many things to contend with. We've got this. We're eating pudding. I hope you guys in Montana are having your pudding or your custard, you know, because it's National Custard Day, Chocolate Custard Day. Okay, so there you go. So it says National Montana Day, so that means all of us in the nation, around the nation, and being that we're a global show, let's get the whole world into it. Let's all celebrate National Montana Day. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. We're here each Friday at this time, and of course, we get together and have a lot of fun and just enjoy. Here's another thing that we've got going for us. All weekend long, you can do this, starting right now, as a matter of fact. It's Cinco de Mayo Day. That's a celebration. And every year, the 5th of May is when we celebrate it. So the 5th of May is Sunday. So I'm thinking that everyone is going to celebrate, right? Everybody's going to celebrate. But they're not going to do it on a Sunday because they got to go back to work on Monday, right? So I'm thinking this is a good time to do it. Here we are Friday. We could start right now and go through Saturday and have a good time and enjoy it. Now, the meaning of Cinco de Mayo Day, you already know that, is a yearly celebration that celebrates the Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Peruba back in 1862. So there you go. You have the history of that. And if you don't believe me, Google it and check it out for yourself. That's Cinco de Mayo Day. So I can imagine. I don't have a sombrero, which I wish I did. I can be part of the action too, but you don't have to have a sombrero to celebrate. Everybody's going to be celebrating. I can imagine. If you look out your window, you have the all of the bands and all of those things are coming up, right? Look forward to that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to get involved in conversation, what we're going to ask you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is give us your weather forecast. I have the weather forecast for New York. But if you're somewhere around the world, All right. Other than New York, give us your weather forecast. Or that's one of the things I always ask you to do for me. And you don't have to do it. It's not mandatory that you do it, but it's a good thing for us to know. This way we can compare notes and see what your weather is like with my weather. And for those of you who live in the New York area or in the vicinity of New York City, don't worry about it. I will take care of all of that. And you bit the bullet there, or you dodged the bullet. So I'll take care of the local stuff here in New York. But for the rest of you around the world and around the nation, do the honor of giving us your weather forecast wherever you may be living. Right now, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, because now it's time for sports. At this time, Brian Camp is here with the latest developments in today's world of sports. There he is, right there.
Oh, yes, I am here. But I want to add to what you were saying. 2 days ago, it was National Prayer Day. This is for some of the religious people that's out there in biblical terms. And this Sunday is Pentecostal Day. So we're going to honor those two days as well. Well, we did already for National Prayer Day. And we're going to do this on Sunday where, depending on what church or what denomination you are under, they want you to wear all white or all red. The red represents the blood of Jesus, who shed his life and spilled his blood so we could have everlasting life. And the white is the purity of Jesus Christ as well. So wanted to add those two to the equation. But good morning to you all out there who's tuning in globally, nationally, and locally. I'm giving you some sports here live from the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, where it's going to be a cloudy day all day, but it is 70 degrees going up to 87. So we're going to be 87 degrees. Check that, 79 degrees right now, going up to 87. So it's going to be a cloudy day, but it's going to be warm. I know we could put away those sweatpants and all that other stuff, at least for out here in Charlotte. So other parts around the country and the world, no, we're not going to quite do that yet. I'm just going to keep a few long sleeves and sweatpants out just in case, But that's where we are now. It's, the flowers are blossoming, and it's that time of the year where the grills are and the smokers and the griddles are out. Well, mine stays out all year round, so that doesn't apply to me. But it's that time of the year where bike riders are out, and you're going to see a lot of children going to the parks with their parents. So it's that time. But in sports, the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is thinking of a future with 18 regular season games. Yes, a President's Day weekend Super Bowl, and a significant increase in international games. As you know, they're doing international games now every year, but they're trying to do it multiple times now during the season. So Goodell said he would embrace the idea of scheduling featuring 18 regular season games and 2 preseason games. It was once 6, now it's 4, and they're going to try to narrow it down to 2 now, adding additional regular season game as well, and also result into a second bye. When the playoff starts for the NFL, you have a bye, one team. Now, since they have an even number, they think about doing it 2 byes. So 2 byes would create maybe more of a playoff team involved. So let's see what's going to happen. It makes sense. When we have the Super Bowl, a lot of people can't get to work the next day. The Super Bowl usually ends around 9:30, 10 o'clock. There's a lot of drinking, a lot of food eating, and you can't get up for work. So I think this would be a great idea. Have it on President's Day, where it's a holiday. Nobody goes to work because it's a national government holiday. So yes, you should have it off, and then you could sober up after the Super Bowl hangover and get ready for work on Tuesday. You rest on Monday, get ready for work on Tuesday. So I think that would be a wonderful idea. The number 1 pick of the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, is breaking records before setting foot in the city of Chicago. Yes, he's going to be the starting quarterback probably for the Chicago Bears. And Williams and his merchandise, Fanatics, including jerseys and other apparel, set the record for draft night sales value at any sport. Now, Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark, remember her run at the March Madness for the women's side. It was the #1 pick for the WNBA draft on April 15th, had broken the record that was set 10 days ago. Earlier, when her number 22 jersey sold out for a matter of hours, just hours, not days, but hours. Well, Caleb Williams is now the #1, so he probably did it maybe in less time than that, but he's now #1. Now, remember the story about Major League Baseball about Shohei Ohtani with the $16 million from his friend, close friend, and interpreter? Well, there's a series of $500,000 payments from Ipio Muzurihara sent from Shohei Ohtani's bank account to an illegal bookmaking operation was forwarded to California and Las Vegas. Those are the two towns where heavy bettors are, where they gamble, especially in Vegas, but California as well, where the money was deposited in gambling accounts, converted to playing chips, and later cashed out to pay the bookie. Now, Mr. Hara was accused of stealing $16 million, as I just said, from the LA Dodgers slugger, just to feed off and just to pay off his gambling addiction. Gambling is a serious addiction. We hear the stories about losing homes, you lose your families and things like that. It's in the same category as drugs as well. So, you have to be very careful with that. Congratulations to Dusty Baker, who won the fourth Lifetime Achievement Award presented by Baseball Digest. Baker retired just following the 2023 season. In 2022, he became a world champion as a manager for the Houston Astros. But last year he retired the year after his team won the World Series. He stayed in baseball for 56 years as a player, as a coach, and as a manager. The award is about recognizing a living individual whose career has been spent in or around Major League Baseball when he has made significant contributions to the game. And he sure has. If you remember, maybe Dusty Baker maybe remember also when Hank Aaron back in 1974, when he hit his career home run 715, Dusty Baker was on deck. Yeah, he was on deck. He was right behind Henry Aaron. And Hank Aaron blasted the ball off Al Downing, and that was a memorable home run, historic home run. In the NBA, the owners of the 76ers last night, what they tried to do, even though the game is over, they tried to buy up as many tickets as they could to avoid the New York fans coming into Philadelphia to buy their tickets so they could show up Philadelphia fans that, hey, we're from New York. Go New York, go New York, go. Well, didn't matter. The Knicks lost. The Knicks won. They won the series. The 76ers did all they could to try to gobble up all those tickets by the owners, especially for minority owner Michael Rubin, but it did not prevail because the 76ers lost to the Knicks in Game 6. So the Knicks move on to the semifinals of the Eastern Conference. Also, the Indiana Pacers knocked out the Milwaukee Bucks, so they are out. So they move on to play the New York Knicks. Game 1 should be, I believe, is on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So we'll be ready for that. This day in sports, May 3rd, 1936, New York Yankee Joe DiMaggio makes his Major League Baseball and gets 3 hits. 1979, Major League Baseball Bobby Bonds, not Barry Bonds, but Bobby Bonds, hits his 300th career home run, second to have 300 home runs and 300 stolen bases. 1980, San Francisco Giants first baseman Willie McCovey, known as Big Stretch, hits his 521st home run and was his final home run in his career. He retired right after that in 1980. Staying in 1980, Texas Ranger pitcher Ferguson Jenkins is the fourth to win 100 games in American League and in the National League. 1992, New York Met Eddie Murray is the 24th player to hit 400 home runs. And in 2023, Major League Baseball pitcher Shohei Ohtani joins the New York Yankees' Babe Ruth to strike out 500 hitters and hit 100 home runs, because they're both pitchers. Babe Ruth was once a pitcher, and he was also known for hitting home runs. Birthdays. 1921, Sugar Ray Robinson, welterweight middleweight champion, was born in Alley, Georgia. 1934, Henry Cooper, English boxer great, born in London, England. 1936, wow, we got a lot of boxing. Jose Torres, world light heavyweight champion, was born in Ponce, Puerto Rico. And 1946, Greg Gumbel, CBS sportscaster, was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. And finally, 1977, Tyronn Lue, who presently is coaching of the LA Clippers, NBA guard and coach NBA, and he was a champion too, was born in Mexico, Missouri. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports as we head into a weekend of lots of fun and entertainment.
Lots of fun, entertainment, and sports. Do you still follow boxing?
Yes, I do.
I don't know. I haven't followed in years. I just don't have the desire to. I mean, I might watch a fight every now and then, but I don't find boxing. And it's only my opinion. This is just me. I don't find it exciting as it was before.
Well, you know, I agree with you on that. I follow boxing because it's something to, entertain. It's a sport. It's one of the biggest sports in the world. But the fighters of this era does not compare to the fighters of the 80s into the 90s and the 70s with Ali and Frazier and Foreman and Norton and those guys and Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler, Duran and Hitman Hearns and Hagler. That was an era of good boxing.
Yeah.
And you don't have that. You have boxers, you have good boxers today, but they don't have I'm trying to phrase this right. The boxers today don't have another boxer who could have a great rival with, Ali had Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
They best out of one another.
Yeah.
They don't have that in on today's boxing. So that's the difference of yesteryear and of today, presently.
I mean, I stopped watching it, but whenever Mike Tyson decided he was going to jump in the ring, I would watch it because of him. I understand he's going to do another fight. Is that true?
July 20th, I believe it is, against Jake. What's his name? Jake, the guy that's a celebrity YouTube guy. I forget his name. His name slips my mind. But yeah, he's supposedly fighting July 20th.
Listen, Mike Tyson, if he still has it, I guess, but how old is he about? He's got to be about what?
Mike Tyson, I believe, is 57 or 58 years old.
Somewhere like that. And the oldest boxer that I remember was George Foreman. He came back out of retirement at the age of 45 years old.
Yes.
And to do that last fight. And I've never seen anybody box past that age. That's a fragile age. But then
but then it wasn't that many great boxers out there who really take them down. Also, you had you had a few fighters that were very good, but Evander Holyfield for one.
Yeah.
But he did come back and win the championship. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mike Tyson, I mean, he still looks like he's in good shape.
Yeah, he's
He's
Yeah.
still, he's probably still working out, even though, and that's a good thing for a athlete to do, is just to continue to work out. Once you quit your craft, that doesn't mean you stop, building up the body, keeping the body in shape. A lot of athletes, they let themselves go after their careers are over, which is not a good thing. Keep going. But Mike looks like he's in good shape. So if he's gonna do this fight, I'm gonna watch him. I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't know anything about this other boxer because I don't even follow these guys that come from they call them superstars of social media. I don't know what that means. I don't.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means. But whatever. Listen, we mentioned it last night, and I think it's worth mentioning again, that documentary that was done on ABC and it was being streamed on Hulu. The Brittany Griner interview was called "Prisoner in Russia." We got a chance. I had a chance to see that. I didn't see it in real time. As a matter of fact, I only saw it yesterday afternoon. Because I didn't get a chance to see it in real time because I recorded it. But I loved it. I loved it.
It was a great interview. Robin Robbins did a wonderful job interviewing her.
Yeah.
It talks about, I don't want to tell it all because I know that some of you all would like to watch it, but it explains some of the things where she was misunderstood.
Yeah.
She owned up to it. She made a mistake, and she owned up to it. But I don't want the American people or the public to take away from this that she wasn't a true American. She is a true American.
Mhm.
She have beliefs as pertaining to people of color, and it's nothing. I certainly agree with a lot of things that she had said, and but I think she was just misinformed with a lot of things. She went through a lot. I know there's people out there who just said that she don't deserve to come home,
Yeah.
and it's not right. It's not right. We want all Americans to come home. There's a lot of people that's not only stuck out in Russia, but all over the world that's trying to get back on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of Americans are like hesitant about leaving the country for visits or going on vacations because you just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And they call her all kinds of names. They call her drug addict and all that stuff. But you got to understand something. Until you see that interview, you shouldn't say anything about it. Because everybody knows how she got caught and why she got caught. Everybody knows that's not a secret. So I won't be giving anything away. I don't want to give too much away on the documentary. I want everybody to see it. But where she's from, where she lived, I think she lived in Texas, right? And she was caught with the cannabis oil. Now understand something. Brittany Griner took that because of medicinal purposes, not for recreational purpose. And I think maybe she was unaware that when she transported from where it was legally from where she lived to Russia, it's not legal in Russia, and that's what happened. That's how she got caught. But I don't think the amount of time they gave her or was supposed to be giving her, that was extreme.
It was extreme.
It's really extreme.
But you got to understand, this is during the time where Russia invaded Ukraine, and they used her for like a bargaining tactic to see if they could get whoever they want back.
Yeah.
Because we have Russian spies in our country,
Yeah.
in the U.S., so they trying to bargain, but they did not want to bring back the Marine soldier who escaped my mind, and it's just a sad thing. But we should celebrate when any American, wherever they are in the world, gets back on U.S. soil because they was not allowed to come back.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Brittany got caught during the last administration? Do you know she would still be in there? She would still be in there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let her go.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, I mean, it is what it is with that last administration. You call it bill. You don't like what I say. Well, this is just my opinion.
Yeah,
I believe that as well too, and everything.
yeah.
But just so it was just an unfortunate thing. But she's home now.
She's home, and for those who didn't see the interview, the lost, there's no hope lost. You can still see the interview. You can go on YouTube, right? To YouTube channel, right? The YouTube channel, not YouTube, but YouTube TV.
You can see it on YouTube TV, but you can see it on YouTube. Since I recorded it, so it's on my YouTube TV. But you're better off going on YouTube to find it, and you got to subscribe to it as well.
Yeah,
so you can see it the whole entirety as well.
yeah, yeah. That's the premium YouTube. That's what.
Right.
And of course, you can stream on Hulu, and you can go to, for people who still have cables, you can go to ABC, the ABC network for the on demand, and you can see that it's there. It's definitely there because I saw it myself. So you get a chance to see it. So anyone who didn't get a chance to see it in real time, live, you have an opportunity to see it now. And I recommend it to everyone. Make that part of your weekend plan to check that documentary out. It's called Prison in Russia, and that's the Brittany Griner interview done by Robin Roberts, who is a very, I give her high praise. She's a very good professional person, and she did that.
Great journalist, former basketball player as well.
So. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. I didn't realize that Brittany was 7'9". I mean 6'9". That's an inch under 7 feet tall. She is tall. Boy, I have to look up to her. Okay, Brian, I guess that covers everything for today. I'll catch you back here next week. How about that?
Yes, everybody enjoy your weekend. Be safe and enjoy the weekend. Have fun and get outside, Yeah.
Enjoy that good weather. We'll talk to you soon. Take care of yourself. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports and Sports Update. He's here each week at this time. And of course, he brings us sports his way. And it's always great to talk to him about sports. He knows a lot about it. If you have any questions, even now, you could still ask. I think he lingers for a while, and we could relay all of the questions to him. And if he doesn't have the answers, he can always get the answers to you. And so please be aware. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we're going to be here until the top of the hour. We're here a full hour each week. And those of you just joining us for the first time, we welcome you aboard. Those of you who would like to participate in conversation, we always expect you to do that. We love you to do that because we love to acknowledge you personally. And if you don't, please, don't worry. Just you just want to watch the show and not get involved. That's okay. But for those of you who want to get involved in conversation, give us your weather forecast. We really appreciate it. But for those of you who are in the New York area, in the vicinity of New York City, don't have to worry. I will take care of that for you. As a matter of fact, I have my weather forecast now. I usually give it before sports come on, but it doesn't matter right now. We got 58 degrees. That's what we have right now. And the weather's not going to be that bad this weekend. Not that bad. Yesterday in New York, it was really warm. We went up to about 80 degrees yesterday. The highest was supposed to be 77, but we went beyond that. This weekend is going to be a little cooler, but it gets warmer as the next week comes on. So this is what we have right now. We've got mostly cloudy skies for today. We'll have a high 65 degrees, so that's not bad. Winds will be east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, if you're going out, don't worry about it. Keep the umbrella home. Don't worry about it. It's going to be mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. We'll have a low around 50 degrees. Winds will be east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, it looks pretty good too. A mix of clouds and sun in the morning, followed by cloudy skies during the afternoon, but no rain in the forecast so far. High 64, winds will be east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Well, for Saturday night, that's when it goes down a bit. It's cloudy skies with a few showers late. At night, we'll have a low around 50 degrees, and winds will be east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 30%. So that's a low percentage, but you might want to take the umbrella with you. Now, Sunday, we're going to get some more rain in the forecast in the morning, and becoming slowly steady rain, more steady rain in the afternoon, light rain in the afternoon. We'll have a high around 50 degrees, and winds will be southeast or east-southeast. That's what it says, east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain goes up to 80%. And for Sunday night, well, you could expect rain early and then remaining cloudy with showers late. At a low 54 degrees. Winds will be south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain still remains at 80% at this point. Rainfall around 1/4 of an inch. But we move along into weather forecast as the temperatures start to go up during next week. So we look forward to that. But rain for the next couple of days. But the best part of the weekend is on a Saturday. We have right now. That's the best part of our weekend. So it's not that bad. You can make the very, very best of it. And you can still do things. Just make sure you just stay out of the rain. How about that? But for those of you, again, who are joining in conversation, you want to join in the conversation, give us your weather forecast. We'd love to hear from you so we can compare notes. And of course, we thank you for being along with us for this Friday edition of the Coffee Hour. As each Friday we come along and bring you great conversation. It's always great conversation. It's always good to talk to you too, as well. Marla Adams, best known for her role as the matriarch, Dinah Abbott Morgaran on the soap The Young and the Restless has died. Adams died last Thursday in Los Angeles, California, and the cause was not given, and she was 85 years old. And soap opera actor Katty McLean and John Lindstrom are going their separate ways. On Saturday, it was announced in a collaboration of the Instagram post that they are separating after 10 years of marriage. The former couple included in their statement by asking for privacy at this time. As people who work in the public eye, it can be difficult to have a private life. Regardless, we ask for your kind consideration in this matter. And let's give that to them. Poppy Hollow, we know her, love Poppy Hollow. Poppy Hollow, a longtime CNN anchor who most recently co-hosted at the helm of CNN This Morning, that's the morning show, announced last Friday that she will be exiting the network. She's going to be leaving the network. Hollow joined CNN in 2008 and worked in a variety of roles at the network. During her time, she reported across the world on some of the biggest, most consequential news stories, including the 2013 Boston Marathon bombings and the 2015 Paris Terrorist Act. I'm going to miss her. I don't know where she's going. They didn't say where she was going, but I'm pretty sure she's got something going. We hope so. Keep our fingers crossed for her. Attorneys representing Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, are threatening to sue Fox News as if they really need that for violating revenge porn laws and publishing since discredited bribery allegations as part of the scheme of paint him to a false light, including to a letter obtained by CBS or say ABC News. The letter which Hunter Biden's counsel transmitted to an attorney at Fox News last week includes a request for the controversial news outlet to provide or to preserve all documents potentially to allegations in the letter at common precursor into litigation. You know, these guys don't really need to be sued anymore. but I think that's what you get. You get what you pay for. Mary J. Blige, love her to death. Here's some good news. I don't know how you're going to take this, but she is sharing her retirement plans. The R&B icon revealed in an interview published on Monday that she is looking to retire from the music industry in 5 to 6 years. When it comes to the music she is currently making, Blige said she is singing about life, love, being stable, and understanding you can have things like love, and you can have good life. Good luck to you. Birthdays. We have singer Christopher Cross, say it either way. He's 73 years old today. Mary Hopkins with that hit. I kind of blurted it out last night. Those were the days, my friend. Thought we'd never end. She's 74 years old today. Frankie Valli of the Four Seasons is 90. Singer, soul singer, the late James Brown would have been 91. Film historian Robert Osborne, who used to be on Turner Classic Movies, he would have been 92. Folk singer Pete Seeger would have been 105. And Bing Crosby would have been 121 years old. Bing Crosby, what a legend. Love his voice. He had some kind of voice on him. Yeah, I love the way he crooned. He was like a crooner, and of course, a great actor, especially when it comes to his music, always throws his music in there. So Bing Crosby, 121 years old. Those of you who want to get in touch with me, it's simple. I would love for you to do that because you might have something you want to talk about. If you have a birthday coming up, of course, this is a good way to do it too. I have an email address and a telephone number. I'd like you to have it. My email address, we'll start with that, is frankallenprod@aol.com. Allan is spelled A-L-L-A-N. Prod is P-R-O-D. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. It's frankallenprod@aol.com. And P-R-O-D is for productions. And the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-391, extension 467134. You can contact us anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It doesn't matter. You can call us, email us, and you may have something to say about the show. Of course, we take constructive criticisms, of course, that we would love to do that because we learn from that. We learn from you. And if there's something that you like or don't like, let us know about that. Let's see if we can get it together and be on one accord on the show. Or maybe there's a guest that you would want me to talk to here on the show. We'll try our best to get them on. Maybe you have an idea that you could help inject into the show. Can't promise everything, but I promise I will listen to you and take everything in consideration. So, you can do that. Keep all of that information with you. Usually it's in your cell phone, right? Because that's where all your information is, or your computer. Keep it there because you might want to contact us again and again for whatever reason. So let me give you that address once again. The address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I'm going to say something short about what I talked about last night. I just want everybody to know about it, especially animal advocates. You know about Republican Governor Kristi Noem, right? She comes from South Dakota. She's over there. She's the governor of South Dakota. You heard the story about it, and we're going to keep telling you about it. She killed her puppy. She went to the backyard, took a gun, and killed her puppy. Now, I'm wondering why she's not in jail right now, because there are laws to protect animals, the animal rights, but she decided she wanted to do that because the puppy was disobedient or maybe hard to train, whatever. She also killed a goat, another animal, And well, I always say to people like her, if you don't want a dog or a puppy, the puppy by the name is Cricket. If you don't want a dog or a puppy, if you have one that you can't handle, you don't kill it. What you can do is put it up for adoption, give it to someone or sell it to someone. You can do that. Hell, give it to me. And if I can't handle it, I know a lot of people who want dogs, you know, but to go out and kill a person, and here's a lady that wants to be a candidate of a vice president of the United States. And in my opinion, I think she did this to try to impress the guy that she wants to run with. That's who she's trying to impress. And maybe she thinks, maybe because of the fact that he doesn't like dogs, and because he doesn't like dogs, I could understand that, because he doesn't like anything that's smarter than him anyway. And so maybe he was trying to impress her. Oh, look what I did. I killed an animal, you know. But I am surprised that the animal advocates are not at her doorstep right now, you know, making her stay up late at night, not giving her, sparing her any sleep at all. I am surprised that they're not there, because with all of the things that we have going, we have a lot of demonstrations on the college campuses. We got all of these demonstrations, you know, all of these things going on. And I say to Christy Noon, you know, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. As old as you are, 52 years old, she has 3 children of her own, Cassidy, Kennedy, and Booker. Put them all out there, letting you know what kind of people they are. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have movies. Before we go, I want to give it to you because these are classic movies I take from Turner Classic Movies. And I just want to add to your list of what to watch, because you may be one of the people that may want to indulge in catching up on some movies. So I have, what do I have this week? I have 3 this week. And so I'm going to give them to you right now. The first one is a nice musical comedy called Robin and the Seven Hoods from 1964. With the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. Bing Crosby is in it too, as well. We already talked about him. And let's see, you have that coming on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 4 a.m. Eastern. And if that's too early for you, you could always DVR them and watch it at another time. All of the times that I'm giving you, Eastern time. So that's 4 a.m. Eastern. And DVR and watch it at another time. Also, 1962, Gypsy, starring Rosalind Russell, Natalie Wood, and Carl Malden. That's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check it out Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. That's a nice musical too. And Gypsy Rose Lee, you know, let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. If you've never seen that one, I think you'll like it. It's nice if you like musicals. A lot of people like musicals. I do. I don't know if you're around for this one, Brian, but if you're still here, I have one of your favorite movies coming up that you may want to check out. It's called White Heat. And that's from 1949, White Heat, with James Cagney, Virginia Mayo, and Edmund O'Brien. That's on Turner Classic Movies. And that's Sunday at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. So those are the movies I have for you this week. And ladies and gentlemen, go to Turner Classic Movies anyway, because there may be more movies that you may see that you may like that I didn't mention, because these are my picks of the week. And you go there, go through the program guide and look at every one of them and check them out. But these are the ones for the weekend. And if you like what you see, of course, you can always watch them in real time or DVR them later and watch them later on. And then, of course, while you're there, you can go on demand and watch some of the older movies. You know, you have a lot of free movies there. And from A to Z, a lot of great free movies. So you can watch them, and they're right there. And of course, on demand, you can watch pay-per-view movies. You have movies that are in the theaters now, movies that were just recently in the theaters. They still linger on. You can watch those as well. Of course, you have a lot of great kiddie programs, documentaries, which one of the ones I recommend this week is watch the prison in Russia. That's a documentary, an interview of Brittany Griner, interviewed by Robin Roberts from Good Day America. That's a good one. And of course, you have sporting events that I think you may like. If you missed your favorite wrestling match, like sometimes I do, I go the next day. And sometimes you could watch them without any commercial interruptions. Sometimes, not all the time. And then, of course, you know, you have, I mentioned all the documentaries. Everything is there, and you can watch them. So please, let me give you these movies once again. Robin and the Seven Hoods, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Saturday at 4 a.m. Eastern. Gypsy with Rosalind Russell, Natalie Wood, and Carl Malden. That's Sunday, Turner Classic Movies at 5:30 p.m. And White Heat with James Cagney, Virginia Mayo, Edmund O'Brien. That's Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 10:15 p.m. I hope you get a chance to watch some of these movies, if not all of them. And I think you will like them. I'm going to get out of here because my weekend is officially underway, but I will be back here next week at 10 a.m., next Friday at 10 a.m. for more of the coffee hour. Brian Camp will be along with me for sports, the latest developments in today's world of sports on his show, Sports Update. And I hope that you will be here too. You can also meet me next Thursday at 8 p.m. for Talk Back Live. And we're going to be here as well with Brian Camp at Sports, and we get a chance to talk to you too on that Thursday night. So please check out both shows. We're here for you. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.